Ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner, representing the Shared Jiu-Jitsu Academy, weighing in at 145 1/2 pounds, fighting from Macomb, Illinois, this is Zach Wilson! And now, in the red corner, representing Skunk River Grappling Dojo, weighing in at 145 pounds, fighting from Fort Madison, Iowa, please welcome Christian Dunn! This featherweight fight will be 3 3-minute rounds. Your official for this fight is Zach Tybers.
Well, all right, here we go with a featherweight matchup between Zach Wilson and Christian Dunn. And filling in for my counterpart, who is now inside the cage, is Mike Savage.
That's right, I'm excited. I mean, I've checked out a lot of these broadcasts, but I'm always up in the cage, and I figured I'd step down here with my man, Josh Smith, and get a little different view from down here. Man, you guys got it set going on here.
It's not bad, right? It's not a bad view at all.
This should be a good contest. I know that you've got Zach, who studies a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, probably maybe wants to take it down to the ground, and Chris Dunn, who's a good overall fighter. This should be a good one.
And Dunn's out of Skunk River Grappling, and they do look at that, that was wonderful. They do a wonderful job with their guys.
You're the MMA guy here.
They do a wonderful job. Every time I see them in here, they look very, very technical, and I like that.
Well, Gabe Lemley, and I know a lot of the guys that work down there in Skunk River Grappling Dojo. I mean, they go to work every single day, pushing huge tires up hills and just trying to get everything in they can. We'll see how it shows up here with Chris Dunn against Zach Wilson.
Well, so far, Dunn doing a good job at maintaining top position.
Just great to be back here in Fairfield. I know that Tru Rev MMA, of course, has been around 52 editions now. Fairfield was one of the first places we ever came to. Haven't been here since right after everything reopened in the pandemic, and a great crowd, a great night here tonight.
It's a wonderful place. Fairfield has a great convention center here, and it's a nice place. It really is.
Of course, the Fairfield area, known for their fighters, including world champ Helen Peralta from right here in Fairfield.
Yeah, you are correct. Looks like Wilson's trying to get that arm on the left side of Dunn. But Dunn's doing a great job. He's got a hold of his own leg. So you can't let that, doesn't let that get out. He's not letting that arm get out there so that it can be turned back around on him.
So you think, what is Steve Christian's trying to set something up here?
I think he's hanging on right now. Because his arm is just being attacked. Now he's got his arm free. Now he's going to do some ground and pound. Now that he's going to stack him. That's nice. Oh, got a pass through there. Yeah, right back to full.
Nice work on the ground by Zach Wilson here at Tru Rev 52. Appreciate you guys at home watching at TruRevMMA.com.
Ooh, knocked the mouthpiece out with that punch.
Let me ask you as a fighter, what happens mentally when that happens? When you're a mouthpiece, you lose your mouthpiece. I know you guys train everything with those mouthpieces.
Highly unlikely it even affects it all.
Really?
Highly unlikely. You are so zoned and tuned into the other guy that you're not even going to notice that your mouthpiece came out. And that's why a lot of times you'll see the ref step in, grab the mouthpiece, and point it out to the guy because you're more worried about the punches in the face.
Yeah.
Now, that one I believe he did see because it did come out on a punch, and it was the direction his face ended up. So I think he noticed it.
Good job by referee Zach Tybers there. Of course, in between rounds, now talk to me about what these guys are going through here in between rounds.
So both guys are going to go to their corners. They're going to get a little bit of advice from their corner, but as you can see, there's a little bit of a difference. The guy on bottom is going to be a little more tired, right? He's working his ass off to get out of there. No one wants to stay on bottom, but it takes a lot when you've got a guy your same height, your same weight, whatever it is, riding on top of you. You can't move him. You can't get him off. You're expending energy like crazy. This is a good time to get some pointers from your coach You get to check in, see what they seen, what you didn't see, because you can't see everything, and especially can't see anything when you're sitting on the bottom getting punched.
Well, you're in an MMA fight. Can you even hear your coaches? Do you hear your coaches?
So that's a good coach. You have to be able to hear them. So they have to have a voice that carries above the crowd. You have to be able to hear them. There are good coaches out there, big coaches like Matt Serra, Sarah Longo. Matt Serra, you can hear him on the pay-per-view.
Right.
That's the kind of coach you need in your corner. You got to be able to hear him.
Back starting round 2. Good to see a round 2. Of course, we thought these two would be well matched. Better match fights we go throughout the night. Can't wait to see our 4 title fights later on.
I am so pumped, and these just keep getting better. That was a nice right by Wilson. Good leg kicks. Nice body kick by Wilson. He's loading that one up.
See what happens here in round number 2. But these two guys are definitely, you can tell the training has paid off, well matched. It's what you come to expect here at Tru Rev MMA.
And they're very calm. And you'll notice the fighters here at Tru Rev, you see the calmness, that you see that they're comfortable. That's because they've been in these positions before in training and in other fights, but they have enough experience to be else in front of people.
Work along the cage there by Chris Dunn. Zach with some defense. Both these guys feeling each other out along the cage. Still doing work, a lot of work being shown here. Great job by these two fighters.
Dunn's got a great grip going on right now. And holding Wilson against the cage, and he's just landing these knees left and right. He gives up position, but he gets it right back.
That's that jiu-jitsu.
Now he's going to be in inside control. And Dunn doing a good job inside control there, holding on, making sure he doesn't lose the position, goes in for full mount. Wilson trying to stop that full mount, but just unable to, and this is a bad position to be in. You can't just sit here and block. It's not intelligently defending yourself because you're not moving to try and stop what's happening.
How much longer, referee Zach Tybris?
You can see Zach's real close.
Yeah, and it's over. Wow.
And that's what happens. You can't just block the punches. You got to move. You got to intelligently get out of the way.
Easier said than done, I'm sure.
It is. It's a lot harder to move when you've got somebody on top of you than when you're just talking about it.
As the famous quote, was it Mike Tyson who said everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face?
Yes, and that is such a true thing.
I take my hats off to all these guys. It doesn't matter if you're in there for 30 seconds, you go the full 3 rounds, 5 rounds, title fights, first time ever. I mean, to get inside this cage, this is a modern-day gladiator.
It is.
You know, people will say, oh, you know, it didn't do too well. Well, you get in there.
Yeah, and
I'm not getting in there. I'll go in there with my tuxedo, my suit on and my microphone. No, but I'm not getting in there to fight. No, sir.
It's a big thing for a guy to get in there and look across the cage at another guy who wants to smash your head in. That is so hard, and I commend anyone who even gives it a go. Because there are so many people who won't give it a go because of that situation. That's hard.
The hours they spend away from their families, you know, put on a show for you folks at home, and of course the folks right here in Fairfield, just devoted to this sport, and looks like Nick Ryan's devoted to giving us a winner.
All right, well, let's take it inside the cage to Nick and get our official winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, 2 minutes into the second round by TKO. From the red corner, Christian Dunn!